What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to the RedIn30 podcast. We're excited about everything. We got a special offer for you. We finished doing our RedIn30 audio Bible, the book of Matthew. And so we got it recorded. We added music behind that's real vibey, so it gives a good feel while you're listening to it. And you can listen to the Gospels with a vibe. And so go to RedIn30.com/AB. AB stands for audio Bible. RedIn30.com/AB. The link will be at the bottom of the screen or in the description. And you can go get it. You can purchase it, download it. We're coming with Mark, Luke, and John. We just finished Matthew, so it'll be yours to own. So go check it out. You'll be the first ones to have it. The Fresh Vibes, the RedIn30 audio Bible. Go check it out. Welcome to the RedIn30 podcast, where we talk about Jesus, truth, and us, all using red words.
Using red words. Black.
Well, here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, the RedIn30 podcast. Welcome once again. This is episode 4. Are we on 4, guys? 4?
Yeah, we're on 4.
This is 4. Quattro. All right, episode 4. So we're here. We've been having a good time. RedIn30, RedIn30.com. To give you a little rundown, RedIn30.com is a 30-day reading, a 30-day cycle of reading of the Gospels. We believe that reading about Jesus lets you know about who you are, because RedIn30 is about Jesus, truth, and you, not us, right? Yeah. And so this is what we're planning. So make sure, if anything, go to RedIn30.com. Jump on in. You can jump on whatever day it is. And as we read them, you learn more about yourself, because Jesus is who you are, and that's what he's talking about. So we're here. How y'all feeling? Y'all good?
Feeling great.
We're feeling good.
I'm with it tonight.
You on one tonight,
I'm
huh?
on 1 through 12.
1 through 12. Oh yeah, and you on the sound effects. Come on, give us some. Give us some. Yeah, we popping tonight. We popping. So we're excited. RedIn30. I think we're learning a lot of good things. I think last week was dope.
Yeah.
Because we kind of broke down a little history.
Yeah.
Yep.
It felt good.
Context is everything.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you don't have context, then you don't really know what you can't understand the content without context.
Right.
Right? That's pretty dope, right? So, context, giving us context and timeline and what's going on and where we are, makes us understand why things are said like they are, and why things have to be stressed so much. Mm-hmm. I think truthfully, like even though it's 2019 years later, so according to what the historians say, I think things aren't much different. Mm-hmm. I think it's different because we got technology and running water and all the luxuries of technology, right?
Yeah.
But I think the mindset can be the same, because you can still be in a culture that doesn't understand who they really are.
Yeah.
Doesn't understand identity, and so there's so many different identities being thrown out.
Every day.
I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to be that. Well, I'm this. I'm this. And everybody's doing it based off of what they feel.
In different forms.
In different forms. And then making it legit, like making it, the way it's supposed to be. And then somebody's telling you who you're supposed to be, and people are labeling you. And it's just, I think all of those things, there's a similarity that goes between all cultures. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's relevance. I think Jesus is relevant all the time. And I think who he is relevant to us all the time, no matter what generation or what time period.
True.
Because it fits. He really dealt with the basics of life versus being a prisoner of the moment. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And just talking about stuff just because of the culture is like a certain way. Instead of being a prisoner of the moment, he talked on basic things that lasted anywhere you were. Mm-hmm. So I think that's real dope of him. And I guess it's dope of us too, since he's telling us about us. Right. So that's cool.
So many years later.
So many years later, and it's so relevant.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about last week, and I'm going to touch on it because we were saying how ancient the Bible can feel sometimes.
Mm-hmm. When it's told wrong.
Yeah, when it's told wrong. And then the these and the thous and the thuses and the yees and the whatever. And nobody says you, it just says ye. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you don't get what's going on. But if you break it down, I like to use translations. You know what I'm saying? I like reading the Passion Translation. I like using the Message Bible. I like using
NIV.
NIV, American Standard, like whatever it is that gets you to get some understanding of what's going on at the time. And this is what this is all about.
Yeah.
We're not really here to teach you per se, or to really, give you a lot of rhetoric, but it's to encourage you to go study for yourself.
Yeah.
And you're really studying you.
Right.
Yeah.
To be enlightened about you.
To be enlightened about yourself, because the Bible is a story about you, and then Jesus is the main focus. Yeah, but it gets to the point. I like that. That was good. That was a good one. So So that's where we are. That's what RedIn30 is. This is what we're talking about. And so I got a good one tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
What
ready
you got?
for it.
What you got for us?
We be throwing, ideas out. I think I got a good one. And a lot of people know this story. It's a guy. Let me set the story up. So, Jesus walking. I don't know what he walked. I don't know if he had a hip walk or whatever.
talking about
he was
Peter?
walking. No, not Peter.
Okay.
Not Peter.
I'll throw some guesses out there.
We're going to get on him, though.
We should
But
go
this
him.
guy didn't really have a name, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jesus walking, they're doing what they do. He's doing what he doing. He's being himself. Not really, just going doing what he's doing. And I'm not sure where he's coming from, whatever he's walking. And so this young dude runs up to him. You're familiar with the story. They like to call him the rich young ruler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Tonight I'm gonna call him the rich young boss.
Yep.
Because it's 2019, and that seems to be the mindset that we like to have. It's millennials, so we like to be.
And
We
it's
want to
the
be
age
rich.
of the entrepreneurial spirit.
Everybody's got a brand.
Yeah.
Everybody's got an
Gotta
LLC.
protect my brand.
What?
Everybody's got
our
a
social
company.
media pages are brands.
I'm saying nobody wants to work for anybody anymore. They want to work for themselves, be their own boss.
Right.
And I respect that, and I respect it, but you have to go about that a proper way.
Right.
In order for it to be sustainable and beneficial to who comes after us.
Yep.
Right? Because that's the point, right?
That's the
That's the
whole
point.
point.
That's the whole point. It's not just about what you want, but it's about what's needed for everybody. It's
Yeah.
community. And that's what I love about Jesus. Fun fact, you can't tell me one thing Jesus did in the Bible, one miracle or one thing he did that was solely for himself.
Think about that.
I'll wait.
Not one.
I'll wait. You can't think of one that he was like, oh, I'm going to do this miracle for me.
Yeah.
This mine right here. I'm believing God for this one.
And he had so many chances to do that.
He did. Well, he had the power. Like,
Yeah.
he's that guy, right?
Right.
But it was all about everybody
He
else.
could have called legions of angels at any time.
He didn't do it. He
He
didn't
could
do
have turned
it.
the rock into bread.
He didn't do
fed
it.
himself. You know what I'm saying? But
All
he
the
didn't
times
do
they
it.
wanted to name him king, he could have took that one.
Humility, man. Humility is a lost art.
Yeah.
We're in a society where everybody says, "Look at me, look at me." You declare yourself, or tell you better let them know who you are. And here's a guy who has all the power.
Yeah.
And it's saying, don't call me master, don't call me good master, don't call me none of that.
Yeah, so first you were painting the picture of this
Yeah.
story.
So
Just in
here-
case you're unfamiliar with it, that's the first thing this guy said when he walked up.
First thing he said, he
to
run.
Jesus.
Matter of fact, he run.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
walking, he runs.
Yeah,
Yeah, come on.
So all right, so
Some
let me paint the
urgency.
picture.
Yeah.
Here's a guy, he's a rich, young boss. He's young, he's rich, and he's running things.
Yeah.
Which, right, drop the bomb, which
That's what we want.
right now, that's what we want. I mean, that's what we're going to school for. That's what we're
What?
trying to start businesses for. This is what we want, to be a rich young boss. Even that rich young boss, we got a lot of different brands that's talking about boss this and boss that and boss that.
Oh yeah, and
right?
that's next level for us because that's what we.
Everybody's.
want. That's the picture that we want to paint, and for us, that's what we think legacy means.
Yeah, all these words, legacy and
Right.
all these words that these punch words that we're using is popular
Yeah.
right now. You know what I'm saying? And so, a rich young boss, a rich young ruler, somebody that's rich, young, he's running things
Yeah,
like
and
that. Like that sounds pretty dope, though, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're young, you know what I'm saying? We want to be rich.
Yeah.
We want to run. Everybody wants to be a boss.
Ownership, yeah.
And wait, he's even better than just being a young rich boss.
Right.
Because if you keep going with the story, we'll see that he's also very spiritual minded.
spiritual,
He
he's
follows the law.
moral. He's a member of a
Right.
good church.
He lawful, yeah.
So today he would be like a rich young boss Christian. Like how can you be better than
Yeah, they're gonna be better than that. Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
Them ladies are calling Bay.
What?
Them girls are calling Bay.
Bay?
Yeah, church Bay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a real thing,
They
huh?
be trying to get to the altar and pray in tongues for him. That's another conversation.
church-
That's
you
another
church Bay?
RedIn30, huh?
You church Bay?
Are you church
Oh.
Bay? That's the question. There's a new Bay on the block. There's a new Bay on the block, but we ain't gonna get on there.
Hey,
That's
baby.
another RedIn30.
Hey, baby.
Two church bays.
But back to set the story up. Church Bay. Back to set the story up. So now here we go.
I'm gonna get y'all
We're
some
here.
name tags.
So here's this guy running. Now, first of all, I can imagine. We're gonna use imagination. Everybody say imagination.
Imagination.
Right? So one of the things about RedIn30 and about reading, you have to use your imagination. We're not taught to do that. Because
Right.
once again, there's a rule book. I was just telling us what to do. But if you use your imagination, it gets very, very interesting. So I just imagine old boy running up to Jesus, and if I'm with Jesus, I'm like, hold up, player. Like, what you running up so fast for? What dude running for? We gotta stop dude and see
Today
what's
we
up.
might have hemmed him up.
What's good with you? Yeah. Today I got time. What's good with you? Right? So here he is. He's running up, right? He run up, and he runs up to Jesus. Now, he's already rich. He's young. He's rich. and he's a boss, right? He runs up to Jesus and calls him good master. Right. We just talking about call him good master, good master. What can I do to inherit eternal life? So obviously now he's rich, he's young, and he's running things, but there's something that he feels that he's missing.
Yeah.
And I love to say this. I said this before. I said this to myself, and so I be tweeting this stuff. And I said, if not with anyone else, always be real with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself.
Right.
So no matter what you attain or what you get,
100%.
100%. Like a lot of times you're gonna sit there and at home and be like, something's missing.
Yeah.
I got this and this and this and this, but something's not connecting.
Yeah.
So here he is. I'm trying to run the story so we can really get into the gist of it. So here he is. He runs up and says, "Good master," right? In other words, he's respecting you.
Yeah.
Right. He's saying, "You better than me."
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
if I'm running to you,
Yeah.
You got something that I ain't got.
you got something I ain't got.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm running to you, and I'm saying, "Good master."
And you're trying to get on his good side.
Yeah, talking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Brown nose.
Little
and good
butter,
master.
little butter to the roll.
You don't know me, little dude. Right?
Right.
But good
Basically,
master.
that's what he said,
And
yeah.
but Jesus probably was like, man, you don't know me, dog.
Yeah, why you call me good?
Yeah, why you call me good? So that's what he says
Exactly
next, right?
that.
Right? And so the boy says, what must I do that I inherit eternal life? Right? And whatever your thought of eternal life is, I guess he might have wanted eternal. I'll be thinking stuff like this too because he's rich, so he know they got gold and heaven and
Right.
streets of gold. So
I never thought
I'm trying to
about it
get
like
over there. That's a good investment. All right, that's another conversation. So what I do to inherit eternal life? And so the first thing Jesus says to him is, why you call me good?
Right.
He said, ain't nothing good but one. That is God.
That's God, yeah.
An ultimate humility. I know us, we'd have been like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one. I'm the good master.
I'm good. What up?
right,
This
you right.
is me. This him. I'm him. I'm him. You call people and say, may I speak to? Oh, this is he. Yeah.
Jeremiah speaking.
Yeah. Jeremiah speaking. What's good? Yeah, I'm good and I'm a master. What's good? But he said, no, don't call me good. Ain't nobody good but one. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because he has all the power and decides to sit that down, which ultimately gives him the power.
Yep.
So why you call me good? Ain't nothing good but one. That's God.
Yeah.
And so he goes on, and so in the gist of it, so he just talked to him. He said, "Okay, cool. That's what you want." You said you came running,
Yeah.
right? You came running, and you said you wanted the eternal life.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't think you know what you're asking for, but here we go anyway. Right?
Your request.
Your request. You said this.
Yeah.
This is what you said you wanted.
Yeah.
A lot of conversations I be having nowadays is like that. Like, why are you complaining about working hard when you said this is what you wanted?
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. He says, okay, cool. I see what you want. Okay, cool. Have you done the first steps, like the foundational things, right? Like, have you observed the commandments? And at that time,
Basic.
that was like doing the basic stuff, like having the basic things in order for you
Yeah.
to build off of. So
Yeah, so he went through the list, like,
they with the list,
do
like,
not commit adultery, like, have you done
honor your
this?
father and your mother, all
Yeah.
the different stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And so, old boy came back with a strong, and what he said, he's strong and said,
Doing that since my youth, man.
I've been doing that since my youth. I
got all that.
I'm young right
On
now.
lock.
On lock, you heard me? So I've been doing this since my youth. So it's like, all right, cool. So I got it down. So in other words, he's saying, yeah, I've got those already. We don't need to talk about that.
Right.
I'm trying to get this eternal life, this next level. Because it seems like it's next level. You come running, asking for the next level.
Yeah.
Right?
Next level.
He checks him on his foundational
So to speak.
things, right? He said, I've observed all these from my youth. I observed them. All right, that's a good one. I can get in on that one, right?
Yeah.
So he says, he said, and then it said, I love the way it says it. I'm not going to say it verbatim, but it says, and then it says that Jesus looked on him, and then he said he looked at him, and then he loved him.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like he looked on him, it was like, this little dude don't even know. He
I'm about to take you somewhere. Keep going.
No, he think he popping,
Right.
right? Which is
Going,
what we
dog.
would think.
Keep
Rich,
going.
young.
Y'all
Boss.
know you rich,
Who's
young
followed
boss.
the rules since he was young.
we get a little inkling of that and be feeling some kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So now
you get buku followers on Instagram and you change all of a
you
sudden.
change. You change. Like, now can't nobody tell you nothing. Right?
10K.
What? In the building.
I can't even contact that man.
Oh my God. Ain't answering no more DM.
Oh my god.
They done went Hollywood.
Oh my
Ain't
God.
following nobody back.
Superstar.
Follow back.
So now we on. We popping, right?
Right.
All right.
And he loved on him. He said, "This young." But he didn't stun on him or nothing. And to me, I believe that Jesus, because of who he was and because of how in touch he was with his oneness with the Father, he knew stuff. Like he was reading through people. So he was
Yeah.
really gracious.
Yeah.
He was really gracious to a lot of people for not shining on him.
Yeah,
Like he could have.
and
Yeah.
really, because what you were about to say that he said was actually giving him an opportunity to take it next level. Because
it
you
next
think
level.
you
Right.
next level compared to probably the people around you.
Right.
Okay, but now I'm about to take you to a whole nother
It's a
level.
whole nother place.
So that's loving on him. Like, I'm giving you an opportunity. And then, like, if you
Uh-huh.
keep going, he said something to him he didn't say to everybody else who came up to him.
Right. 'Cause
You know what I'm saying?
You didn't hear say that a lot. And it was funny because I call it loved on him because right now it probably be like, boy, you ain't do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, boy, go sit your stupid self down. You ain't do all that. You ain't ready for this. That would be
Mm-hmm.
the conversation now, right?
Yeah.
But he loved on him and said, okay, cool. And I think he might have had an inkling, but he was trying to give him a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think every encounter with Christ is a chance for you to go to another place
Yeah.
Wow.
and be it into your according to
your
faith.
faith.
your faith. So you have a chance to do something
Mm-hmm.
else. He hasn't written you off. Oh, it's amazing how.
So the measure you meet when you get there.
Yeah, it's all on how you encounter it. Even right now, it's all about how you encounter what you do. So now, here's his shot. So he loved on him, and he says, listen, he says, one thing you're lacking. How many?
One.
Just one. And that seems pretty simple, huh? Like if I tell you, you're only missing one thing.
Okay, but that one thing
Yeah, you're waiting for it, right? But then he starts telling him, now, and he doesn't really tell him the one thing that he's lacking, right? Because he doesn't really say this the one thing you're lacking.
That's the thing, yeah.
He said there's one thing you're lacking,
Yeah,
but then he
yeah.
gives instructions. He said go, sell what you have. Now remember, now he's a rich young boss,
Oh, yeah.
right?
All right.
So he didn't built his little
Little empire.
he got
Right.
a little identity right now. He got a little
Right.
little
And then,
buzz or
but he
whatever.
said sell it.
Right. Watch this. He said go and sell what you have, right? And then do what?
And give to
Give.
the poor.
Give it to the poor.
Well, it's not give it to the poor.
Right.
And I looked over it just again, but that's like two different things. Sell what you have and give to the poor, because you're about to make a whole lot of money selling what you have.
'Cause
You
got
have
a lot of stuff.
expensive things.
You got a lot of possessions.
You sell everything you have. Let's just imagine. So you about to be up like 40 million, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay,
And-
now you need to give to the poor, and then he's not saying you're going to be broke after this. And then the third thing.
He said, and sell to the poor. I mean, give to the poor. He said, and then come follow me. Take up your cross and come follow me, right? All right, Siri, this is not your turn. Take up your cross and come follow me, right?
And so, can I pause you right
Before
there?
we go, yeah, go.
Yeah, because he was not, and I just want to paint this picture even better for people. Like, he was not telling everybody
This
to
picture.
follow him. You know what
No,
I'm
he-
saying?
he didn't give everybody
He was
that
telling a lot
opportunity.
of people to go back
Some
to where you
people tell-
came
yeah,
from.
yeah, right.
So
Most
he
of
was
them.
supposed to be another disciple, y'all.
Probably, yeah,
He
he
only
He had the
told.
opportunity.
I
He
know.
had a shot. He had a shot to be next level.
Dude.
He shot to be next level. So here we are. This is what the story is. And so now he said one thing you're lacking, but he hadn't told you what that one thing was. But he gives you instructions. Go, sell what you have, give to the poor, take your cross, come follow me. Right? But let me go back. Now he was really checking him on some work. You know, most people didn't get there. He really checking him on some work. Because if you have, come on, Jay, let's imagine. Let's imagine we had let's just start naming stuff that we can have, that we can sell, that we possess. Let's say about 15 or 16 cars, right? And let's say we have a couple apartment complexes, right? A couple high rises that we're building that we have. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, we have a dope house on our own, right? You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of jewelry, and I'm listening to stuff because this is what we go to work for. Right now, and this is things that we are trying to get better degrees so that we can right
Clothes
all
and
this
stuff,
stuff. Yeah, right. You got nonprofits and all this, all this stuff, right? And LLCs and companies and all that, right? And he tells this guy, go and sell what you have. Now just imagine all the things I listed. You can't sell that in a day. You can't even sell that by just going and say, okay, everybody for sale.
Right.
It takes a while to sell a car. It takes a while to sell a building.
Yeah.
It takes a while. It takes a while, and it takes another W. It takes work. So he's really checking him on his work ethic to be able to get these things. And people don't see that either. They just go through the story all fast. Use your imagination.
Right.
But if you have a lot of possessions, which it says later on at the end of it, that means it's going to take you a while and take you some work and some effort
To get.
So I need you. You got to prove that you need to come with me because you got to be able to sell all that you got,
Ooh.
and then give it to the poor,
Yeah.
and then come follow me. I can imagine. I can see why the response was what it was, right? Because I can imagine it now.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think you should have.
But don't ask for something if
Don't
you're not
ask for something if
about
you're
that
not
life.
ready. Don't. You
That's a good
ran
point.
here.
That's a good point.
You ran.
came to me.
Here. You came to me
Talking about
asking
good
about this.
master.
Right. A good master. You thought he was gonna tell you, oh, come on, man. Just come
Yeah.
on. Get in the
Yeah,
truck.
you got all that stuff? Yeah, bring all that stuff with you. Yeah,
Man,
come
get
on,
in the van. Come on. Nah, he thought he was gonna get his way in. That's a good point. You thought he was gonna buy his way in.
Yeah.
Right.
So now he tells him this. All right, so let's do the recap. He done came running. He rich young boss. He done came running looking for another level. Mm-hmm. And he goes to the person that he knows has another level because he sees something different in him. So this person that he sees something different, we call him Jesus the Christ, right? He says, okay, listen, I love you. Do what you do. You observed all this stuff. Go sell what you got. Give to the poor and take up your cross. Come follow me. Because that one thing that you need is really in me.
Yeah.
It's really an identity. If you follow me, follow in that term doesn't mean really get behind me. It really means stand next to me or stand in the same way as me or come and stand like me. So really what he's telling you that if you come and follow me, I'll show you who you really are. You think you're a rich young boss and you think you're somebody because of that. But I'll really show you who you really are if you come and follow me.
Yeah.
This guy, go.
No, I was about to say, because, like, when you talking about coming stand after me, and then, like, coming after me, you know, because Jesus was training them, right?
Right.
And so now, like, can you imagine the impact that he would have had once Jesus left off the scene?
Bro.
With that kind of training, bro?
Dude.
Like, being around him, seeing that?
Probably be succession.
Bro.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And that was the whole point.
That's the whole point. That's the whole.
But he missed it.
He missed it. He missed it simply because he couldn't die to where he was to be where he said he wanted to be. See, I always like to say this. People think it's about position or about rank or whatever. But for me, if you transcend the rank, you can always feel all ranks.
Yeah.
Or if you transcend the position, you'd always feel the position. Sometimes you can be in a position and it'll limit you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Or you can be in a rank and it limits you.
Right.
If you number one on the list, or you number one and they got a number two, in any day you can be number two. But if I transcend the list,
Don't matter.
you can never outrank me.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
So what's eternal life?
What is eternal life?
You know what?
I guess he might have, his idea of it probably had to do with him getting more stuff.
Right.
Had to be.
Had to be, because that shook him when he said, get rid of what you got.
Yeah. Sell it.
You know, because I want to go back to what we've been talking about, like the last couple episodes, when we say deny yourself or die to yourself. Like that's, for instance, like we're not saying literally kill yourself
Right.
or die
'Cause
to
you know-
yourself.
'cause you know
Disclaimer.
one-
Disclaimer.
Yeah, die to all the things you want.
Because one thing they got deny in I think it's in Luke, like the Greek means like to disown,
Disown yourself.
Come on.
like to disown all that stuff that you got
Disown all the stuff you got and yourself.
in yourself.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Which means stop taking ownership for your own life.
Okay, so what's after death on earth?
Resurrection.
Resurrection. So you can have eternal life on earth.
Yep.
So that's
As soon
next
as you-
level.
Do that.
Huh?
As soon as you die,
As soon as you
What?
die to yourself.
What? So Jesus was really fair.
but our society says no.
Yeah.
Live your best life.
Come on.
Live your best life. Live it
Yeah.
up. Live it up. You ain't. I'm living my best life.
Right.
right. Like I ain't going back and forth with you.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying.
Y'all know what they said, right? Like, and so you're hearing that, and I'm not even saying that, but your best life is not the life that you own.
Yep.
all right. It's the one that you don't.
You get what I'm saying? It's the
Yeah.
one that you don't own. Now watch, it's gonna go a little further. We're gonna get there quick because we're going through. So now he tells him, do this. It's a simple thing. Only one thing you're missing. And since you said you wanted this, and this is what you wanted, this is how you get this.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
All right.
Right.
That's the only way.
There's not another degree that's gonna get it. There's not another company, not another owner, another building, not another relationship. This is the only way it's gonna happen.
Yep.
This guy, what did he do?
He went away.
He went away. How did he go away? How did he feel? Sad. You
He
are
went away
sad.
sad.
Somebody told me. I told somebody I was sorry one time. I said, "Yeah, you are sorry." I felt so hurt, boy. I want to use that on somebody else one day.
Did you tell this story last
Just sad. I'm about to have. It's like it's a wound, ain't it?
He feels some kind of way. Whoever
I
said
did.
this, he feels some kind of way.
So now you
To this
sorry.
day.
To this day, I'm still
For real.
sorry.
Oh my God. It's okay.
So now he's sad. He's sad. We're gonna talk about him now. He's sad. He is sad.
Sad.
Right? He went away sad. Why?
Yeah.
They said because he had
Great
possessions. Now, if we break it down, the
Yeah.
Bible's story about you is not only the possession that he had, but it's his mindset on the possessions. What he thought was important is really in his soul and his mind.
Right.
You know, money is only based on the value in somebody's mind. Right. And so now he thought too much of himself to give it up.
Yeah.
Oh, cause you know, it makes me think about. Ooh, what?
And
Wait.
I can imagine for living the life that I've lived, man. Like I can imagine everybody around him boosting him too. Like just boosting him and telling him how good he is, and telling him, yeah, you the one everybody looking for, and you this and this and that, and all this crazy stuff. You can really feel yourself, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. And so I can imagine that happening to him. So it was probably hard for him to put that down.
Yeah.
I mean, here's another thing. You got to go back to your hood and explain
where everybody know you at.
Where everybody know you at. And they know you because of everything you done done and everything you done got.
Right.
And now you got to go back to your hood and flip.
Everything.
And then
Walk away
everybody
from
gonna say you crazy. Like you think about all that.
Yeah.
You think about your reputation. They gonna call me a bum. You know, I didn't work too hard for it. Even if you didn't work hard for it. Like I got too much stuff, right?
Yep.
All that's going through his head. Obviously, you was lying when you said you wanted eternal life.
Right.
Obviously, you had the wrong thought
Yep.
about what
Wrong
eternal life
perception,
was. This guy goes away sad.
Yeah.
And it says because he had great possessions.
And the flip on this is that you can have great things.
Right.
And you can be killing it in whatever your field is or career or whatever you're talented at. Because it makes me, what I was about to say a minute ago, it makes me think of when Jesus came back and told Peter, who went back to fishing after Jesus came back, right? Died and came back. Okay, and he said, do you love me more than these? Do you love me more than these fish? You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, what y'all just do?
We listening?
Right, I'm just saying it's not about the things you're taking in. It's like you're saying, it's the perspective on those things.
But you
it's
think-
like, how do you feel about them? Do you love me more than these? And Jesus is asking you that all day.
We don't
You
love him.
can have them, but do you love me more than these?
We don't love him more than
Yep.
these. And that's the whole question.
Yep.
That's the whole question. Do you love me more than these? And now, even in this same conversation, now it goes on. That same chapter. So now he goes off, and now this dude then walked away, had a chance of a lifetime. Got a conversation from Jesus, the Christ, that probably nobody else got from him.
Right.
Got his attention, got him to love on him and tell him. And I'm not saying Jesus never said, take up your cross, but it was real to the point specific. You know, and obviously, maybe Jesus might have known dude. Or maybe he heard about him.
Yeah.
For him, for the thing. And he may have perceived it. That what you need to do, and it's different for everybody else.
Right.
Different for different people. Everybody knows what their thing is. But what you need to do is go sell what you got. I think a lot of times people listening to this right now, there's some things that you've been trying to do for so long and things you've been working on, but you need to sell that mindset on that. Get rid of that, disown that, right?
Come on.
Deny that process that ain't been working.
Yeah.
Right? And then follow
100%.
And then 100%. And then follow Christ.
Yep.
I'm not being religious.
Right.
I'm not being super spiritual right now. I'm talking about follow the identity because it's who you really are.
Yeah.
Because watch this. After he leaves, here's Jesus, and I can see the look on his face, and it's just like, what? What you was running though?
Yeah.
You
He's trying to get in my section, man.
You ran over here and tried to get in the section.
Yeah. In my inner circle,
You doggone
really.
there fought the bodyguards to get in the section. To come over here and talk.
Yeah.
And then we was kicking it. We were talking.
Yeah. I let you sit down.
Yeah.
Let you sit down. You told me what you want, and I'm like, cool. I asked you a couple questions. You said you passed that test. I said, cool. Well, this is what you need to do. And you're gonna leave and be sad and upset
Yeah.
because what you say you want, you didn't know the price you had to pay for it was what you had. I believe, and I might have said this last week, but I'll say it again because it's still good. You know that caterpillar. I always like to say, you know, they say deny yourself, or they say kill yourself, or crucify. I always say hang yourself.
Yeah.
That's a message on. Is hang yourself. Because if that caterpillar doesn't climb up the tree and hang himself, he's never in the cocoon to become a butterfly.
Yeah.
He got to go up there and literally hang himself.
Hang yourself, yeah.
You got to climb up to a place where he can commit suicide. Like he can really fall off the tree and it's over with.
Animal
Because he ain't
Planet.
got the wings yet.
Yeah.
But Animal Planet, yeah, Animal Planet. Bro. Shout out to Animal Planet Discovery Channel. Y'all can get some ads on here. Climb up there and hang yourself. And you've got to let go of everything. I mean, caterpillars are pretty like you have more legs than everybody else. You can climb on things. I mean, right. You got some good attributes, but you got to let go of what you got already to get that new thing. Because you'll never fly.
Yeah.
If you don't let go. And so his dude, he don't want to let go of that life he had.
Yeah.
So Jesus says, how And he started talking to you. How hard it is for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. In other words, how hard it is for somebody that got some stuff, got some stuff under their belt, or think they somebody, to enter into a new way, because the kingdom is the way.
Yep.
How hard is it for them to enter into a new way, the way God got? Right? And it's funny, imagination. We're using our imagination, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny because it goes on, and so now, dude gone.
Yeah.
So he talking to the disciples that there, and so Peter them jump up and like, well, people don't catch it. It's like, well, who gonna get in?
Yeah.
You wouldn't ask that if you wasn't rich already. So in other words, they had some stuff too.
It had to be.
All right, they had some stuff. They're like, well, who gonna make it in?
Yeah.
He goes on to talk to him, and somewhere in between there, he said, with men is impossible, but not with God. For with God, and people like to say with God. God is above us. He's all around us, but he's also
in us.
in us. And so in my mind, I realize when I'm with God within, right? With God, which is who Christ trying to show us, which is why he was telling you to come follow him, right?
Right.
With all
to
things
show
are
you.
possible, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And here now he starts talking, and he says this. He said, and disciples are nervous. He says, "There's nobody that's left." You ready? Ready for the list?
Ready.
I don't think people are ready for the list because I
Bring
listed
the
it one
list.
time and people aren't ready for the list. You ready? You write it down?
You got
He
it.
said, and I don't know verbatim. Somebody may say verbatim, but I know it was like houses and lands and mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters. I
slow
think.
down, God,
Yeah. I'm going. And then
Yeah.
children, and then it says wives. Oh Lord, like your
Don't touch
your
that one.
spouse watch this. Don't mess with that one, right?
touch
We
that one.
leave everything else but them,
Yeah.
right? It says watch this, and he explains how, not just because you want to leave. A lot of people leaving people and leaving things. We're not talking about that.
Right.
But he says, for my sake in the gospel.
Yep.
For my sake, in other words, for who I am, because it's really who
You are.
you are, right? And the gospel, you break down the gospel really means, it's not a genre of music. Gospel means
Come on.
good
Come on.
news. And the best news, the good news and the best news to you is, this is who you really are.
Yep.
Facts.
So facts. So nobody's left all that stuff for identity and finding who you really are, right? And he says that won't receive. Y'all ready for the number?
Yeah.
Are you ready for the number?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Now he thought he was a boss,
Right. Rich young boss.
rich young boss, which everybody
I'm a
thinks they're
boss.
somebody, right? He said, "Ain't nobody that left all of that, right, for my sake, and really for your sake, in turn, because we won, and the gospel, right, and good news about who you are. It says that won't receive 100-fold." Now in this time, and then he goes through the list again,
Yep.
and he goes down that same list you wrote down, right? He said you get 100-fold of all those things.
Yep. That's max.
So what you were saying a minute ago is that it's not that you can't be killing it or that you can't have stuff.
Right.
It's not that I can't have anything. People like to stop reading that and then don't finish. It's not that you can't have
Yeah.
nothing. Matter of fact, this is even better. And then he stresses it.
People go away sad at that scripture.
At that scripture
Yeah,
right
they
now. Oh man, I gotta
do.
give it
Come
all.
on.
Like if we stop the story, somebody would turn the podcast off. I don't know. I'm not gonna be a boss.
Yeah.
I want to be a boss. He missing it. Well, let me finish the story. Let us finish the story.
Right. That was
He
good.
says 100-fold. Then he says where? Because that boy is looking for eternal life.
Yep.
He thought eternal life was somewhere off in the sky somewhere.
Come on.
Or in paradise. He said, no, now in this time. Then he goes through the list. And he said, you get 100-fold of them. 100-fold, we don't say 100-fold. Just multiply whatever it is times 100.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
100%. And that is what you get.
Yep.
Like multiply times 100. Like 100, right? I mean, I think that's better than what you had already.
Yeah.
Right. If
Exponentially.
If you just, so I want you to have it. Transcend it. I want you
Yep.
to have it, but you think you got it and you really don't.
You really don't. It
You
has
deceived.
Yeah, you deceived, and it has you, and you probably think you got it because you done built your reputation off of what everybody else has said.
you. Yep.
All the stories, all the Instagram, all the stuff, and you looking at everybody else, and then you say, "Well, I got one of them."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I can go on vacation over there. Well, I
And
can-
listen, the law of attraction, everybody likes to talk about
Oh,
that.
my God,
It's a
yeah.
principle, but that don't mean you've transcended
That
it.
don't mean you
That don't
transcended
mean,
it. Right.
you know what I'm saying? You were next
And that-
level
yeah,
if we're
that's a
really
new
talking
thing.
about it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So
because you have things
Yeah,
that
you've
you've
attracted stuff.
attracted.
You've
It
attracted stuff.
feels powerful.
Yeah, you've attracted stuff, but are you? I said this before, and I'll say it again. I until you can reduplicate yourself, you ain't really done nothing. That's Jesus.
That's Jesus. That's why you saying
He's saying
follow
stuff.
me.
Yeah, follow me because I'm gonna duplicate myself. Yeah, I ain't really no big deal. I ain't gonna make no big deal of myself. I'll make a big deal of us. Because if we don't get it, ain't nobody got it.
Yeah.
So now 100-fold. So now the story tells me that, like, if dude could have done it, he really could have done something monumental.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing for us.
And that's an investment.
Hey, bro, you know what's funny right now? It's an investment. It's an investment for what you. It's like what you asking for. My thought about what you're supposed to have is way over what you asking.
Over asking.
It's way better. Which is why
Right.
let me segue. Then I'm gonna get back to us in a minute.
Yeah.
Right. But which is why your wants can limit you. The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not.
Want.
It's over in Psalms, right?
Psalms,
He's saying that for a reason. Like, could you stop wanting so much? I'm not. That sounds bad.
Yeah,
That sounds
break it
tough.
down. Break it down. Break it down.
Sounds tough, but
Break it down like a fraction.
your wants, what you want, what I want. Everybody praying for
I
what they
want
want.
this, I want
Everybody,
that, yeah.
I want that, I want that.
Yeah, people making lists out here.
They're
too.
making lists out here, and,
Right.
and that's what they want. Now they don't know that ain't what they want, but they got their list, and so they just go down and check off their wants. Well, there's a bunch of stuff. What the Father's always telling us is that my thoughts. I think of you better than you think of yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
I planned you out. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts, right? My ways
Yeah.
are we can jump over in the New Testament. He says, "Exceeding abundantly above all you ask."
Think.
You know how that is.
Oh, that's
I thought
good.
some pretty big things.
Yeah, yeah,
Your
yeah.
highest thought. And
All right.
You,
And it's
yeah,
like,
you know,
you can't even get it.
You haven't had that thought yet.
No,
Like
you can't
one
even
day I
reach it.
came to terms with the fact
You can't even reach
you
it.
haven't had that thought yet.
Like he told me, like I realized the other day, yeah, Mom. Like I realized
Right.
like it's mind
So
blowing,
what
like a
you
little
gonna do?
emoji, a little mind blowing emoji. Like I had to realize the other day that like, and I was feeling like he was saying this to me in my heart that, like what you really wanna like get to, your mind can't conceive it.
Yeah.
So you've got to empty it out so that I can
Wow.
fill it with mine.
Yeah.
Right.
What you really want to get to, your hands can't do it. So you've got to put your hands in my hands and let my hands become your hands.
Yep.
But that's so enabling. This
Ooh, wait,
gotta
how much
calm
time
down.
we got?
It's just
I won't say it like
it's so enabling. It's so gratifying. It's everything that you've always wanted. But if you stick with the thoughts of the things that people have already implanted in your mind, you'll limit yourself.
It takes emptying.
It takes emptying. That's what dying is.
That's
Yep.
what denying is.
It takes pouring yourself out so you can be filled up with the good stuff.
Come on.
Right, be filled up with the good stuff, right? So your wants. Let me deal with your wants real quick. We'll deal with our wants. Your wants limit you. You know, your wants are also the easiest way to deceive you.
Yeah.
You want it that bad. You want a man that bad? I'm gonna give you one.
Ooh.
And he gonna beat you up for the next 2 years. And then,
Wait.
but you got a man though.
Wait, hold on.
You got a man. He just punching your eye every 2 weeks, but he good the other days.
Oh my God. Right.
What you said you wanted, right?
Yup.
Right. You want? I just gotta be with. I want somebody.
I just want somebody so bad. I just want somebody that love me.
I want somebody to love you. They gonna love you.
Yeah,
And
he
they
gonna
version
love you. He
of
gonna love
love.
you so much.
Yeah, they version
He
of
ain't gonna
love.
let you leave.
They gonna love you so much. Where you at right now? Where you at? What you doing? Don't know what. Call me before you walk outside the
You
door.
don't know what you're
Go
asking for.
change them clothes. Nobody won't see them right there. You can't let nobody
Yeah.
see. Ain't nobody see your goodies. Go back inside right quick.
And here's the thing: we talked about stories last week. Because the way God sees things,
That ain't my vibe
he's
at all.
coming in totally different than you think. Like, we talked about how Jesus got here, where he came from.
It's a
like,
totally different
it's
ballgame.
a totally different
The
flip.
process is not gonna look like your fairy
No,
tale.
so your
Yeah.
want is gonna be off until you empty it out. Like we're saying, you're gonna be thinking something that you think is great.
Yeah,
Come to
and-
find out, that's not even the process it's
Let
gonna
it
take
go.
to get it.
Let it go. Let it go. And it's the easiest way to deceive you.
Yeah.
Your wants, you wanting something that bad.
Dress
So
it
he
up.
knows this. He knows
Dress
this.
it up, yeah.
Matthew, we talked about Matthew 6 the other day. He was saying, don't take no thought what you're going to eat or what you're going to drink or what you're going to wear. Like,
Yeah.
stop having these wants because that's the quickest way. You remember them, they got two things, like the Ponzi schemes, where it's like the Ponzi, and then people put their money in there and then somebody run off with it. Or you ever see them people that got the emails from somebody in Africa and they said you a long lost descendant of somebody, and you never got them.
I never seen
That's
that.
a big thing where they get an email and they say, your great something was really a prince, right? Right? It was really a prince, right?
You don't understand.
Oh, I actually don't.
Was really a prince, and it might even overseas nowhere. It just might be somebody left you some money, and so you want money so bad they say they left you like there's an inheritance of $20 million and your name is on the inheritance, but we need you to wire this much money to kind of unlock the thing for the legal fees and everything.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that will, if you listen to this and you did this, then
Oh, God.
you're bad. It did bomb. You're
Grace and
bad.
mercy.
You're bad. But there were people saying it because they wanted money so bad. Right.
Yeah.
They wanted money so bad that they overlooked the practicality of the situation and didn't see the things that were right in front of their face. Because your wants are the easiest way to deceive you.
Yeah, blinded, yeah.
If I knew what you want, we know, man. If I knew, I seen dudes do this. I knew. Oh, you want a good God fearing dude? That what? I'll
Come to church with you every Sunday.
I'll talk the scripture with you. What?
Faithful.
You
want to pray together?
New members class. I'll enroll in ministry school.
Yep.
Because that's what you want. You easy.
Yep.
You easy.
Yep.
You don't even know it.
Yep.
You think God answering your prayers.
He done sent me a good man.
That's a devil answer. Devil answering all your prayers, boy.
He done sent a substitute.
Because you keep saying it. You keep
I
saying
done
all
seen
this
this so
stuff.
many times too, bro.
Yeah.
It's over
Oh my
and
God.
over and over and over again. So now your wants are the easiest way to deceive you. So now he tells you, get rid of that. I need you to get rid of your idea of how this is going to be. Let it go, because if you can let that go, then I can actually show you what you really wanted,
Yeah.
and it'll be so satisfying that it'll be eternal life.
Yeah.
Come on.
In a
See,
better-
eternity
better
goes on and
form.
on. Yeah. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It's not momentous. It's consistent.
Oh. Do I have time to do something?
You do.
Do I?
Go.
Depends on what it is that you want to do,
It
though.
depends.
I,
Like,
no,
it's
it's
like-
I just want to go into this story right quick. I learned something the other day.
All right.
Okay. No,
Well, let me
because-
say one more thing about this story, because
it's
we'll
the
go to
same
another story.
thing.
Same story. Go.
Well, go ahead. I think you
The
feel
only thing I want to say is, and it's quick, is that it's funny because we ain't even got a lot of stuff, and it's hard for us to give up. What we got.
Yeah. Come on.
Facts. So hit
Facts.
like
100%.
100%. We don't even. A majority of people that's watching this and listening to this, including us at this table and those everybody behind the cameras and sound man, what's up? Everybody, all that, right? Like,
Yeah.
we don't even have that much to give up. And then when somebody challenges us to give that up, we lose our ish.
Yep.
We really do.
Like, we lose it.
Yep.
100%.
Nothing.
When
And
I'm
it's all
telling
gonna burn.
you, then it's like everything that we read in the RedIn30,
Give it up.
RedIn30.com. RedIn30. Everything we read,
You got it.
he's telling us that on the other side of that is better than what you got.
Man.
Yeah.
Like, what? Come on, bro.
Y'all know the little meme with the
What's the
big
problem?
teddy bear hiding behind the back?
Yeah, right.
It's like that.
Like-
Yeah, but I want my teddy bear.
Yeah,
No,
give
stop.
it
Shut
up.
up. Go sit down. Go sit down in the corner. Shut up. Go sit down. I got something for you. Just go sit down.
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy. But we've been so fueled, and we've been brainwashed, and we've been taught to want what we want,
Yeah.
and to pray for it,
Yep.
And to pray for it. True.
and to ask for what we want.
Don't let nobody tell you nothing about what you want.
And don't nobody tell you nothing about what you want, because you got a right to want what you want. You know, I'm not gonna get into it right now, but that concept, I can't.
Come on.
No, that concept that you can have what you want is the foundation and the catalyst for all of the identity crises. I'm not gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about another RedIn30, but all the identity crisis situation that we have when it comes down to relationship, because you can get what you want. Right now, if you say you can get what you want, and if want is the thing, then you know.
Yeah.
I know some stuff I thought I wanted one time,
Oh.
and I'm glad I ain't get it.
Oh, bro.
Come on, everybody have those moments. Let's think about the things we wanted.
Or did you ever get something that you wanted, and then it's like you wanted to take it back? Like
Dude,
this-
too many times.
Yeah, like
Too
a
many
girlfriend.
Girlfriend. some you spend too much money on something.
Come to find out.
like some shoes.
Some shoe. You thought
That's
you
a good
really wanted.
example.
Like, I
We
spent
do
like-
that
them
always in the
I'm about to-
store. It's
I'm
like you
talking
have to
about
have
myself.
it, but then
No,
you
yo,
get it and it's like
I spent $900 on some shoes one
ends
time.
up on the floor or something.
And then I was like, I got home. I was like, not even got home. I wore them the first time. And I didn't get a lot of compliments. Like, I got some, but then like nobody really knew what they were, because like nobody, they was like some other. I was like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And I don't want to take them back, but I had to live with what I wanted, because that's what I wanted.
That what you wanted. You want to stun on them.
I could get rid of these soul wounds. These soul wounds. But you said you had a story. Go.
Yeah.
It better be good.
Oh well, it really goes back to what he said about
Okay, all right, I
emptying
like that.
yourself
Empty
out.
yourself. Empty yourself like that.
Okay, so the other day I heard this example of the story we always talk about when Jesus turned water into wine, where they broke this down in such a great way, and he was saying you should always be in the state of turning water into wine, and the water was as like your consciousness, and so he painted the picture so well, so I can't get too far into it, but basically, when he filled those, think about it. When they filled the barrels, right? They filled them to the top. And so this is your mindset until it's filled to the top of God's will it turn into wine. And that's what the desire is in the place. That's not just what you want. You get what I'm saying? Like that's God's will. And so it's all about emptying yourself, but filling it to the top. So you're no longer what you used to be. Like you're covered completely.
And then it's exactly what he designed for it to be.
What?
Exactly. And guess what?
It keeps going. It's like the fish in the
You
bread.
can't feel something that's full.
Come on.
If you're full of it,
Yeah.
full of what? Right? You know what I'm talking about, though, right? If you full of it, so the pots had to be
I don't
what?
know about that.
Filled.
But what's before filled?
Empty.
Exactly.
True.
They were empty. So he said, "Go and fill the pots."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is
Come on, do it when he says.
Be mindful what you
When
fill
the
him up with.
when his mom say, "Do as he says."
do what he say. 'Cause I'm trying to
That's
show
you
you.
doing. That's you
I
in
like
action. Okay, we talk about law of attraction. The other day I saw that post. He was saying law of attraction versus law of action.
Right.
Like what you gonna do? Like you actually gotta do
You gotta
something
actually
to feel it.
you
That's
can't
filling
sit
yourself
there and
up,
wait for it
filling
to
your
come-
mind
right.
up.
It's actually coming from you.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? And watch this. I like they say Jesus turned water into wine, but I beg to differ. I think
All right.
I think
I'm waiting.
That's good silence right there.
No, it's good. I think he sparked it,
Yeah.
but I think them people that carried it out turned it. Because if they don't do what they do,
Yep.
now watch this. Jesus didn't touch one pot. He didn't. Oh, in the name of me, and lay his hands on the pot in the name of me. Let me see
Come
that
on,
water.
that's a bomb.
Let me touch that water with my fingertips, and then no. He said, "Go." Take the pots, which I can't get into the pots because Jesus was so petty. He's real petty and real kind of getting at him because it was the pots that the holy people used to wash their hands. It was the pots that the holy water used that the priests used.
Ooh.
So he took the holy water pots.
Oh,
and made
bro, he
wine.
did not use the holy
He
pots.
did, bro.
He did.
He did, bro. He used the holy water pots. He did, and then also, not only was the holy water pots, and I'm gonna show you how much work they had to do. I love this stuff. They talk about how many I forgot what they call what's the word they used for it, but it was a measurement of how much water you could put in there, whatever.
Yeah.
And it ended up being like I think 15 to 20 or 20 or 30 gallons each pot.
Yeah. So it was heavy.
a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
They
So
were
so
big.
it wasn't like no little pitcher like we think
Yeah.
fill up a pitcher and then go pour it out. No. It was a lot of work that what they had to do took them a while and it took a lot of work to do it.
That's a
So
whole
their
nother
faith
mess.
had to stay intact the whole time while they were doing it.
Yeah.
Now you got an empty vessel, nothing in it. This guy tells me to go fill up with water. And then not only that, but you want me to go and pour it out for the master. I don't know if you understand what's really going on here. But at those particular times, if you do something that's unpleasing to the head or the person, it's
over with.
Yeah, it's over with. They're going to
Yeah.
lock you up. They're going to kill you on the spot or whatever.
Shoot,
So you're
cut your
taking a
head off.
chance. So now Jesus and the people turn the water.
Yeah.
into wine. And it's
I
so
love that.
great of him to allow them
Include
to
them.
do it.
Yeah.
To include them so they can see these people have a story to tell now.
Wow.
You get it? But you had to start off with an empty pot.
Yep.
Yep.
Just like you had to start with an empty pot. In this case, your pot is your mind.
And
Yeah.
yielded hard, yeah.
Yeah. And your thought process, and then you have to do. It says it's John 2:5. I think it says whatsoever he said to you,
Do it.
do it. Like go and do that, and then you'll see who you are.
Man, and it was good, and it was better than they
It
had
was
ever
better than
had
what
before.
they had. It's better than what they had. And I
Kept the
bet.
best for
You know what I'm
last, man.
I bet them jokers try to do it again. Yeah. And then when we got the pots, I was like, man, we better start a wine business. I'm gonna live by the river, the river of wine. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Do-
quick.
just change. But
That's
I
what-
bet
that's
it
what
does
we
something
do,
for their identity too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And so here we are now, giving up. The concept of giving up, but giving up, like you're giving to go up, right?
Right.
You're letting go of one thing to gain better than the thing that you thought you wanted,
Yep.
right? But the rich young bosses, I mean, we live in a society.
Wow.
That's who we want to be, and we're not willing to kill our identity. How do you kill your identity? Well, humility is one of the number one ways.
Yep.
Like, stop thinking that you could be great and be talented. I think we're all talented. We're talented. We're in a room full of talented people, but that doesn't matter. Talent is never enough. It's a great book I read.
Facts.
Talent is never enough. So break down off of who you think you are.
Come on.
So that you can be shown who you really are. And then on the who you really are is what you're really supposed to have.
Yep.
And what you're really supposed to accomplish and what's really supposed to be going on.
That's the truth.
And that's what you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yep. That's the truth.
And let me add a little piece. We said this the other day though. When you have humility, you can't be humiliated.
Yeah, when you have humility, you cannot be humiliated. Nobody can really. When you're already, I done put myself in the dirt already, so you can't
Come
bury me.
on.
Yeah.
Right? You can't push me any further down.
Right.
And this will be another RedIn30. We'll do this next time. But I found out that humility is the key to the power.
Yeah.
Humility is not knowing who you are. It's not being confident. But it's saying that I'm not standing, or my faith is, all my action, everything who I am is not built on my ability.
Yeah.
It's built on what's coming through me.
And I'm
Jesus would say
conscious of
stuff.
that.
Yeah, man. Jesus say stuff like, "It ain't me doing the work. That's why he said
Right.
it ain't nothing good.
Right,
It ain't me
right,
doing the
right.
work. It's the Father's doing the work in us."
Yeah.
And that's truthfully the story. That's not religious. That's not super spiritual. That's not off in somebody's revival or something. That's right here up in your face.
Yeah.
Before prayer. You see what I'm saying? Like, before you done got off into this, before worship, like before
Yeah.
you done got off in this place, it's right there up in your face, sleeping with you and waking up with you right there. And it's simple. So RedIn30.com.
Man, we have a word.
We got a word. So, and it's good we're talking about rich young boss.
Rich young boss. Yeah, we talked about success. We talked about
Success.
legacy.
Success.
And so we're going to do the etymology of the word success. It
Right.
means to come after, follow after, go near to, take the place of,
Yep.
ascend.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so it's saying what like
It's
comes
really- it's-
after, succeeds.
Yeah, it's
success.
succession.
Yes,
like what
succession
comes
is
after
your
you
success.
is really what it. And I looked, I googled it one time, and the Latin word is succedere. And it
Yeah.
just means what comes next. So now we talking about success. I want to be successful, and I want to be. And then as soon as you hear the word success, you start thinking like the rich young boss.
True.
You think about all the possessions and everything.
True.
But success is only what comes next.
Yep.
What should come next, if you do the right thing, is your true identity, right? What comes after death? Resurrection.
Yep.
You get it? But that's what should come
Eternal
next.
life.
True life.
But we're caught up with everybody's idea of success, and we're missing the point of what the word really means. And then now there's another place, and I'll go there real quick, and then we're coming back. We'll wrap it up. Because it said, right. Because it says, you have good success.
Yeah.
He describes what kind of success, because success doesn't have any choice, doesn't have a positive or negative. It's simply what comes next. Somebody can be successful at murder,
Right.
because you
Right.
got it done. You can be a successful thief,
Right.
because you got it done. You can be a successful embezzler. You can embezzle because you got it done. They're successful.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is success,
True.
right? But you can't just leave to that, and so now we can't leave society's thoughts to make our own thoughts.
Yep.
We've got to realize what the word means, and then give success a charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what Jesus was trying to do with the rich young ruler. He was trying to tell him, "Come and follow me, because your success is in who you really are. Your good success, your Christ success.
Yeah.
That's what it was." So
Yeah.
I think that's great, y'all.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great.
And it's great. I gotta go back and listen
What
to this
comes
myself.
after?
Yeah.
I'm subscribed. Y'all, I
love
subscribed to the podcast. I did it.
Oh,
I
I'm
subscribed to the
subscribed
podcast.
too.
Yeah, because I
me
just
too.
subscribe to it because I think it's and the YouTube.
Yep,
Like subscribe,
yep.
hit the subscribe buttons because I want to know whenever something comes on. It'd be dope. RedIn30. So
RedIn30.
once again, everybody, RedIn30.com. This is Nakia. I didn't introduce everybody. This is Nakia. This
up?
is Pastor J, my
Yeah,
boy
yeah.
Jay, and this is I'm DM. This is RedIn30. It's been RedIn30.com, episode 4. We're gonna come with another episode next week. It's gonna be great. Listen, we got a great offer for you. We just finished. I think today or tomorrow will be the last chapter. Right now, when you're watching this, it'll be the last chapter of the book of Matthew, where we actually recorded. Shout out to Jam. Give it up for James.
Oh,
Get the
yeah,
clap hand. Get the
shout
clap
out.
hand.
Okay, some
We
hard
really
work.
worked really hard this month, and we have our own audio version of the book of Matthew.
Yep.
And it's available right now online. If you're watching on the CIG Live, go there right now. It's RedIn30.com/audio Bible, and you can download the Fresh Vibes version.
That's fresh.
Tell them
That
what Fresh Vibes mean.
Fresh Vibes mean, we're listening to it and we're listening to the audio, but now we put some fresh music under there, some fresh music beds under there. So now the music is playing, so now you kind of vibing while you're listening. To me, it helps the listening go a little better.
Yeah.
Sometimes rhythm allows things to go into your mind a little quicker.
Yeah.
Because it's rhythm. That's why you learn songs so quick.
Yeah.
And so this is Fresh Vibes. I don't know, this is first of its kind or one of a kind, or it's us, so it's got to be one of a kind. But it's Fresh Vibes. We got the Book of Matthew. We come with Mark, Luke, and John, but Matthew's available right now. So go to RedIn30.com/audio Bible. RedIn30. RedIn30.com.
Awesome.
Make sure you go there. Jump into the cycle. Email us at redin30 at gmail.com if you have any questions, any ideas.
Yeah.
Email us.
We want to talk about it.
Or DM us.
And DM us on, follow us at RedIn30. We want to have these conversations because these are the conversations that make us grow.
Yeah.
Conversation makes you grow. Not so much lecture. Lecture is great, but conversation causes change. You get it?
Yeah.
So,
I think we need to go ahead and I think the next one we do need to go ahead and do a question or something from somebody.
all right, so
that'd be dope.
so send your questions in. So episode 5 we'll be talking about questions, and we'll let you do your questions, and we'll see what's popping.
Love
Yeah.
it.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, love y'all. RedIn30.
Bye.
We out.
RedIn30. RedIn30. RedIn30.
We're going to in the house. We're going I'm not going to try to do this.
RedIn30.
You gotta die.
Oh.
Die. Die. You gotta die. Die. You gotta deny. Deny. You gotta
Oh, my.
Die.
Whoa.
RedIn30, we out. What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to the RedIn30 podcast. We're excited about everything. We got a special offer for you. We finished doing our RedIn30 audio Bible, the Book of Matthew. And so we got it recorded. We added music behind that's real vibey, so it gives a good feel while you're listening to it. You can listen to the Gospels with a vibe. And so go to RedIn30.com/AB. AB stands for Audio Bible. RedIn30.com/AB. The link will be at the bottom of the screen or in the description. And you can go get it. You can purchase it, download it. We're coming with Mark, Luke, and John, but we just finished Matthew, so it'll be yours to own. So go check it out. You'll be the first ones to have it. The Fresh Vibes, the RedIn30 audio Bible. Go check it out.